To remove all of the hassle of name badge production, EasyTag offer a name badge production bureau. When there is a requirement for QR codes to be printed on the name badges, the QR code data needs to be exported from Events Air. This cannot be achieved using the standard export function. However, using the name badge editor, the QR code data can be obtained. The following steps will guide you through how to create a name badge design to do this. Please note that this design will only need to be created once and can then be cloned for subsequent events. So, let's get started. Navigate to the Setup panel and select Name Badge Editor in the Advanced Setup section. Create a new name badge by clicking on the plus sign. If you have previously created a QR code export design, simply clone the existing one. To do this, click on the Clone button, select the event where the design resides from the drop-down list, and wait for the name badge design to appear. Select the design that you wish to clone and then click on the Clone button at the foot of the page. If you do not have an existing design, you will first need to enter a design name. Then, from the Name Badge Type drop-down list, select Contact with Key Module Data. After clicking on the Create button, a Page Settings dialog box will open. This can be ignored by simply clicking Cancel. The design page will now be displayed. In the Properties panel, on the right of screen, ensure that the element selected is Report. Locate the Measure Units field and set the value to tenths of a millimeter. Open the Appearance section. Click on the font link and set the font to Arial. The font size should be set to 11 point. Further down the Properties panel, in Page Settings, set the page kind to A4. Next, we will set the margins values for left, right, top and bottom to 0. Finally, return to the top of the Properties panel and click on the Insert Report Header Band icon. To finalize the report template, we will now adjust the heights of the Header panel and the Details panel. In the Design area of the display, click anywhere on the Report Header 1 panel. Then, towards the foot of the Properties panel, select the Layout section and expand the size parameter. Set the height to 60. Similarly, in the Design area, click on the Detail 1 panel. Then on the Properties panel, select Layout. And then Size. Again, set the height to 60. The template is now set so we can start to create the design of the report we require. To start, we will create the column headers for the report. First, drag a label from the Element panel, found on the left of the screen, and place it in the Report Header 1 area of the template. In the Properties panel, locate the text box and enter the label name, ID. Next, we will set the position of the label. Scroll down the Properties panel and click on Layout and then expand the Location parameter. Enter the values x equals 0 and y equals 0. To set the height and the width of the label, expand the Size parameter and enter the values of height equals 60 and width equal 100. Great! Let's add another header label, this time called First Name. Following a similar procedure, drag a second label onto the Report Header panel and in the Properties panel, enter First Name into the text box. Scroll down to the Layout section and set the location values as x equals 100 and y equals 0. Set the size values to height equal 60 and width equal 280. You will notice that the new label box is now aligned perfectly with the ID label. We will now add 2 more labels. Drag a third label onto the Report Header panel, and this time, in the Properties panel, enter the text as last name. Set the layout location values to x equals 380 and y equals 0. And the size values to height equal 60 and width equal 280. To complete the header panel, drag a fourth label onto the report header panel. This time, set the label text as QR code. Set the layout locations values as x equals 660 and y equals 0. The size values should be set to height equal 60 and width equal 1440. The headers for the report are now set. The next step is to add the detail fields under each of the headers. To create the detail fields, we will copy the header labels that we have just created and paste them into the Detail 1 area of the design. Select the ID label and then, while holding down the Control key, click on the other 3 header labels. All 4 labels should now be selected. At the top of the page, click on the Copy icon. Then, click in the Detail 1 area and click on the Paste icon. All the labels are now set in the correct position and correct size. The next step will be to link these labels to the required data fields in the database. We will first link the ID label. Click on the ID label that has just been pasted into the Details 1 area. In the Properties panel, locate the function icon next to the text box. Please note that this icon may seem to be grayed out. However, clicking on it will launch an expression editor dialog box. The dialog box has an area to display the expression and 3 lists of parameters. In the central list of parameters, click on Fields. Then, in the right-hand list, click on the arrow next to Contact. Scroll down to find a field called 12ID. Double-click on this field and it will appear in the expression display area. It should read contact.id. Click OK. You will now notice that the expression is displayed in the label and that the function icon appears blue. Now we will follow the same procedure to link the first name field. Click on the first name label in the Details 1 area. In the Properties, locate the function icon in the text section to launch the expression editor dialog box. In the central list of parameters, click on Fields. This time, in the right-hand list, click on the arrow next to Contact and then scroll down to find a field called AB, first name. Double-click on this field and it will be displayed in the expression display area. It should read contact.firstname. Click OK. 2 fields have now been linked. Let's do the same to link the last name field. Click on the function icon. In the dialog box, select fields from the middle parameter list. And after expanding the contact list, double-click on AB last name. Contact.lastname should appear in the expression display area. Click OK. The final field that we need to link is the QR code field. Select the label and, following the same procedure, click on the function icon in the text section of the Properties panel. When the dialog box opens, select Fields and then expand the contact fields. Scroll down the list and locate the first ID field and double-click on it. Check that contact.id appears in the expression display area. Click in the editing area just after the existing expression and then add the following text: plus, apostrophe, comma, apostrophe, plus. Then to finish the expression, append the GUID field by clicking on Fields and expanding the contact fields. From the list, find and double-click on the ID GUID field. Check that contact.GUID appears in the expression display area. Click OK. The report design is now complete. At the top of the screen, click on the disk icon to save the design. Wait until the disk icon turns grey. Then, in the top right corner of the design panel, click on the X to close the design screen. Then click the Save button at the foot of the next page. Please note, the design may take several seconds to save. The template is now complete and can be used to export QR code data. The final step is to export the data from Events Air. To do this, click on Express Actions found towards the bottom of the main menu on the left-hand side. In the second column, called Processes, locate the Name Badges section and click on it. The next screen has a field labeled Name Badges. From the drop-down list, select the QR code design that we have just created. Next, select the target group for export by clicking on the filter icon. Events Air allows you to apply filters so that you can target the records that will be exported. However, for this video, all records will be exported. This can be done by simply clicking on Apply. Click Start to initiate the data merge and wait for Events Air to compile the report. The time that this takes will depend on the amount of data being exported. In extreme cases, this might take several minutes. Once the page has loaded, click on the Export to icon at the top of the page and from the drop-down list choose XLSX. An Excel spreadsheet containing the data is now exported. Save the Excel file and then return to the Events Air screen. Click on X in the top right corner of the QR code report to close the design, and when prompted, do you want to mark these name badges as printed? Select No. The Excel file containing the QR code data is now ready to be sent to EasyTag. It is important to note that EasyTag may also require additional information for each name badge, such as organization or registration type. This information should be exported from Events Air using the standard or comprehensive export functions. Be sure to include the Contact ID field in all exports so that data can be easily matched. I hope that this video has provided you with the information that you required to successfully export your QR codes. If you are having trouble or would like further information, please do not hesitate to contact the EasyTag support team via our dedicated email address, support@easytag.com.au.